This might sound like a really dumb question, but did you guys see anything fall out of the sky?
Welcome to another edition of Papa Genius on Urban Politics. This is a video in regards to the ongoing aerial phenomenon of these falling stars, and also that are being deemed as meteorites, and they're obviously not, and their connection to the Bible and the end times. I did a video, and it was this Revelation 16 and 13. They are unclean, and it talks about these beings and these stars that are being seen, and how they are spiritual, interdimensional beings. Some call them the gray form, often described as a suit or a bioengineered vessel designed to survive in our atmosphere and gravity. Some of them have green tint. They're crafts that they're appearing in over our Air Force bases and other areas. Crafts are strongholds of deception. They have frog-like spirits and are described in Revelations as working miracles to deceive the kings of the earth. Also, Exodus 8 and 2, I talked about how these beings that have originally been called aliens, but are now called unidentified species or unidentified flying phenomenons. Frogs were one of the second plagues in the Bible during the time of the Israelites under the servitude of the Egyptians. They are connected to being unclean. This is a slowed down version of a video I'm going to play to you of a creature that was caught on camera in Las Vegas about 2 years ago. And when you do a side by side of it, it eerily shows that the same biological characteristics and behaviors that a frog has with its eyes, this creature has. These things are also compared to flying mantis or locusts. Locust was one of the other plagues that occurred during the time where Moses was fighting and delegating for the people of Israel to be released from bondage under the Egyptian nation. And they are also predicted to come back during our modern times, and they can be poisonous, and they're very large. We just don't know how large these things are actually going to be. The Bible does give a little bit of context on its size, but only for those who are going to be here during that time of dispensation will actually experience that. These crafts, again, have a stronghold of deception, and they're materialist traps. So they are demons, and they are energy harvesting. Yeah, a common and often frightening theory among those who believe these appearances are real is that they are here for a specific purpose related to human biology. And ladies and gentlemen, this is an example of energetic harvesting. Yeah, so when you go to a concert and you invoke these beings and these gods and these deities, or they even say that amusement parks could be a harvesting plantation for energy. Now, I like amusement parks. I'm not going to go that far, but they do mention that. And energy harvesting is also something called looshing, Looshing. Go and look into it for yourself. This is all related to not just spirituality, but also politically. We'll go more into that later on. And they're connected to locusts because one of the other reasons why they're connected to locusts is because majority of these times these things come out during night. Locusts are also night creatures. And in Revelations 9, it says that a fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given. Going down, and he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, and the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun of the air was darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. moving down, and it was commanded that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God on their foreheads. And these scriptures are describing this locust to come. 10, and they had tails like unto scorpions, and they were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men for 5 months. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit. So their king is, quote unquote, Lucifer, the fallen angel. Verse 12, one woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter. 13, and the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar, which is before God. These locusts that are to come are demons. They're also demons. And also, too, the river Euphrates. The river Euphrates, they are currently monitoring this area in the world that has a river in Euphrates, and is termed Euphrates River, that is constantly drying up. And the prophecy is that once this river dries up, and once God has allowed it, these demonic beings are going to be released onto global humanity.
Can still be seen. Had it been lens flare, the smaller seen on camera throughout. Additionally, the smaller object lacks all of the usual characteristics of lens flare, such as ghosting and starbursts. The American Meteorological Society received numerous reports about the object, but none stranger than the one filed by an Arizona resident, Brittany R., who wrote,
immediately after observing the fireball, 2 lights appeared in the sky above where the fireball's path had been. They resembled stars, but were moving quickly and disappearing, then reappearing consistently over the next hour. Seems as though they were multiple aircraft of some type, circling around the sky over and over again. Sometimes they were bright and lasting up to 10 seconds before disappearing. They have been constantly circling and moving north to the horizon for at least an hour. Very strange phenomenon. So this is the video to where that first statement you heard on this video of the police officer asking, I know this sounds like a dumb question, but did you see something falling from the sky? That blue phenomenon is exactly what was caught on his own body. According to science, meteors appear red when entering Earth's atmosphere because of the intense heat exiting the atmospheric nitrogen and oxygen. And so it says when the space rock travels high speeds, its heats are surrounding with gas to 1,000 degrees, and they're becoming ionized. And the molecules enter in our visual as like a red light, not a blue light. Like, for instance, with this upcoming news report of the blue aerial phenomenon that came into the Golden Gateway at the St. Louis hotspot. You'll see. But before we jump to that, let's talk about why meteors can sometimes come in as blue. And I think this is something interesting too. So magnesium is frequently used for spacecraft constructions to reduce weight and improve strength. It's not present in all vessels. It states on here that while magnesium alloys are used in Apollo programs, modern designs are often favored for titanium or aluminum for durability. However, I thought that was interesting that spacecrafts like a UAP could also be using magnesium to construct these biological crafts that come in at that color of blue.
Martin Memorial Park in East St. Louis had a perfect view of this meteor. You can see the green glow coming from the north and then appearing to extinguish as it makes its way past the arch. Thank you to the viewers who saw this and sent it to us live this morning and called to tell us all about it. That's pretty cool. Don't see that every day.
Yeah, Angela, how common is that, and what happened to it after it disappeared?
Okay, so that's it burning up.
Okay, gotcha.
So it didn't hit the arch. We don't have to worry
No,
about
it did
that.
not. I do
Just
not
making
believe
sure.
so. I'm not there to promise you that the last of it didn't make it. So it's a meteoroid in space. It's a meteor as it goes through our sky. It's a meteorite once it hits the ground.
That's what that all means.
Yeah, so there's the difference.
Now let's compare that St. Louis event to the Las Vegas event. And notice how the St. Louis event has a blue color coming from the sky. Also, too, let me add that there is a radioactive lake that is very close to that St. Louis arch, that gateway. And if you don't know anything, a lot of these sightings with these UAPs have been, again, next to places of energy, Air Force bases, places that have nuclear resources in the ground. And I think that's something that needs to be considered as well. Now look at this side-by-side comparison of what happened at the St. Louis Gateway and what happened in Las Vegas. It is something unbelievable.
Fireball lights up the Las Vegas night sky, and it's all caught on a cop's body cam. Moments later, 16-year-old Angel Kenmore frantically calls 911, telling the operator that something from out of this world was in his backyard.
It has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
So there's two people or two subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. 9 feet, 10 foot. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes, they have big eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
In this world exclusive, Angel and his family are telling only Inside Edition what happened that night.
You're outside, you're working on a truck, and then you see a light, and then you hear a noise.
Yep.
So I mean, you start looking off in the distance?
Yeah, from here, like I just saw, the light falling right here.
Angel says he saw two creatures and was paralyzed with fear. When cops arrived, they didn't know what to make of this bizarre situation and approached the house with caution.
I have butterflies, bro. And these people say there's aliens in their backyard.
Angel told them the same story he's now telling Inside Edition.
Did you see it?
Yeah, me and him saw it.
Dad Bobby, Mom Concha, and brother Joshua backed up Angel's claims, saying they saw the same creatures.
It was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
Cops took the call seriously and left these parting words with Angel and his family.
If those 9-foot beings come back, don't call us, all right? Deal with it yourself.
You believe that these creatures were human?
They was not human.
What color were they?
Like green, gray.
We asked them to draw what they saw.
To the best of your ability, draw what you recall. Don't look at each other, just focus on your own pad and try from your memory to draw a picture of the creature that you saw. This is what you drew, and describe this. What is this? And what are these?
These are, they look like ears, but they have they look like antenna, like light.
And large eyes?
Large eyes, a lot of teeth.
No nose?
No nose, no.
Describe this if you can.
This is what I saw. The light was beside him.
Yeah.
I've tried to make the skin color, the skin tone it had. One of the legs, they look bent.
4 months since that mysterious night, the Kenmores say they are
And with AI enhancement to get the clearest possible view of what they saw that night, this is actually a body cam recording, or a recording that happened with the body cam of the police officer. It was very fuzzy, but they were able to see a being appear, and this is what they pulled up after enhancing it with removing some of the cloudiness and the static from the visual.
Tim, they're real. And that's the last thing he said to me. That'll be the title of my book, I guess.
I want to find out about the UFOs and anything having to do with UFO or related material, and we're going to be releasing a lot of things that we have, and I think some of it's going to be very interesting to people. I've interviewed people, my first term primarily, but I interviewed some pilots, very solid people, and they said they saw things that you wouldn't believe.
He said,